If you're enjoying this MedPrepToGo Step 1 podcast, you can now get the content along with the content of the Crush Step 1 podcast ad-free in one bundle. Just go to MedPrepToGo.com and find our new subscription podcast called MedPrepToGo Step 1 Bundle.
Every who down in Who Newville liked the holidays a ton, but where to get great prices on gifts, they had no idea. None. They searched and they searched for great gifts under $25. Gifts for spouses and friends and even their toddlers. When suddenly one who shouted, Walmart has what you want, knowing they have Lego, Tree Hut, and low prices to flaunt. So they enjoy the holiday season as Who's often do. Cheering and shouting, Walmart has incredible gifts. Who knew? Find gifts they'll love under $25 at Walmart.
Oh, Hilton stay, your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton stay, a holiday you're saving.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. This season, enjoy spacious, comfortable rooms and friendly service when you book with Hilton instead. Hilton for the stay.
Hey, Fidelity. How can I remember to invest every month?
With the Fidelity app, you can choose a schedule and set up recurring investments in stocks and ETFs.
Oh, that sounds easier than I thought.
You got this.
Yeah, I do. Now, where did I put my keys?
You will find them where you left them.
Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
This is Dr. Ted O'Connell with the MedPrepToGo Step 1 Qbank podcast. Today we'll be reviewing 3 anatomy questions. Just a reminder that you can find these questions and many more on our website at MedPrepToGo.com. If you'd like to get involved in this project or have any feedback, please email me at ted.medpreptogo@gmail.com. If you like what we're doing, please give us a review, sign up as a subscriber to our podcast, and consider letting your friends know about this project. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the first question. A 21-year-old college lacrosse player is brought to the team physician for sudden onset lower back pain for the past 4 hours. He reports that he was doing deadlifts during training and felt a pop in the lower back. Vital signs are within normal limits. Physical examination reveals a positive straight leg raise test on the right. Magnetic resonance imaging, or MRI, of the lumbar spine reveals a paracentral herniation in the L3-L4 intervertebral disc, compressing the right spinal nerve root. Based on these findings, additional testing will likely reveal which of the following findings: A, diminished sensation over the left medial ankle and first toe; B, diminished sensation over the left medial thigh; C, diminished sensation over the right lateral thigh; C, diminished sensation over the right medial ankle and first toe; or E, diminished sensation over the right medial thigh. The correct answer is D, diminished sensation over the right medial ankle and first toe. This answer choice correctly describes an L4 dermatomal distribution. In the lower lumbar regions, the spinal nerve trajectories are angled such that paracentral intervertebral disc herniations affect the nerve root below. Since this patient is diagnosed with an L3-L4 paracentral disc herniation, the most likely nerve root affected is the L4 nerve root. If the patient were diagnosed with a far lateral disc herniation, L3 would be the most likely nerve root affected. Answer choice A, diminished sensation over the left medial ankle and first toe, is incorrect. In the lower lumbar regions, the spinal nerve trajectories are angled such that the paracentral intervertebral disc herniations affect the nerve root below. While this describes an L4 dermatomal distribution, the patient is diagnosed with compression of the spinal nerve root. The nerve root is distal to where sensory fibers cross the spinal cord. Thus, an ipsilateral spinal nerve injury will affect the ipsilateral limb. Answer choice B, diminished sensation over the left medial thigh, is incorrect. This answer choice describes the L3 dermatomal distribution. A paracentral disc herniation will affect the nerve root below, while a far lateral disc herniation will affect the nerve root at the level of the injury, which would be L3 in this case. Additionally, the injury occurred on the right side and will not have diminished sensation of the contralateral leg. Answer choice C, diminished sensation over the right lateral thigh, is incorrect. This answer choice describes the L5 dermatomal distribution, and this dermatome is not likely affected by this injury. Answer choice E, diminished sensation over the right medial thigh, is incorrect. While a sensory deficit will occur in the right lower extremity, this answer choice describes the L3 dermatomal distribution. Therefore, this is unlikely to be affected by a paracentral disc herniation, since in the lower lumbar regions, the spinal nerve trajectories are angled such that the paracentral intervertebral disc herniations affect the nerve root below. The key learning point, which you've now heard several times, is that in the lower lumbar regions, the spinal nerve trajectories are angled such that paracentral intervertebral disc herniations affect the nerve root below. Far lateral disc herniations will affect the nerve root at the level of the injury. Question 2. A 70-year-old man presents to the clinic with worsening loss of sensation on the right foot for 6 months. His medical history includes type 2 diabetes mellitus and hypertension, which are treated with metformin, atorvastatin, and lisinopril. He has a history of smoking 1 pack of cigarettes per day for 40 years. Vital signs include blood pressure, 145 over 83 millimeters of mercury, and a pulse of 87 beats per minute. A random blood sugar is 187 milligrams per deciliter. Physical examination shows that the lower back, hips, and knees have full range of movement. Peripheral pulses in the upper and lower limbs are palpable and 2+. There is motor weakness in right foot plantar flexion and decreased plantar sensation on the right. Further investigation with Doppler ultrasound shows an arterial aneurysm behind the right knee, and it is concluded that it causes compression of the tibial nerve. Which of the following is the correct order of arterial vessels feeding this aneurysm? A. External iliac artery, common femoral artery, obturator artery, popliteal artery. B. External iliac artery, common femoral artery, superficial femoral artery, popliteal artery. C. Internal iliac artery, common femoral artery, deep femoral artery, popliteal artery. D. Internal iliac artery, common femoral artery, popliteal artery. Or E. Superior mesenteric artery, external iliac artery, femoral artery, popliteal artery. The correct answer is B. External iliac artery, common femoral artery, superficial femoral artery, popliteal artery. The patient has a popliteal aneurysm, a dilation of part of the popliteal artery due to a genetic and/or inflammatory process. Most often this is asymptomatic, but it can cause mass effect to surrounding structures, such as the tibial nerve, as in this patient. Answer choice A, external iliac artery, common femoral artery, obturator artery, popliteal artery, is incorrect. The obturator artery does not come from the common femoral artery, but rather from the internal iliac artery. Answer choice C, internal iliac artery, common femoral artery, deep femoral artery, popliteal artery, is incorrect. The internal iliac artery does not branch into the common femoral artery, and the popliteal artery comes from the superficial femoral artery. Answer choice D, internal iliac artery, common femoral artery, popliteal artery, is incorrect. The internal iliac artery does not branch into the common femoral artery. Answer choice E, superior mesenteric artery, external iliac artery, femoral artery, popliteal artery is incorrect. The superior mesenteric artery does not branch into the external iliac artery. The key learning point here, the external iliac artery branches into the common femoral artery and then the superficial femoral artery, which supplies the popliteal artery.
When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite, obey your thirst.
When evaluating potential hires for your small business, it's essential you look beyond resumes. Sure, a candidate may appear impressive on paper, but understanding the person is crucial. LinkedIn, the world's largest professional network, provides a complete view of your candidate's skills, experiences, and interests. With LinkedIn's up-to-date data, you can be confident that you really know who you're hiring. Post your free job at linkedin.com/achieve. That's linkedin.com/achieve. Terms and conditions apply.
Question 3. A 27-year-old man is brought to the emergency department by emergency medical services after a car accident. The patient was noted by the paramedics to have an alcoholic smell on his breath. The patient reports severe pain in his right hip and groin. Vital signs are significant for a blood pressure of 154/87 millimeters of mercury and a heart rate of 113 beats per minute. Physical examination reveals a deformity of his right hip. Laboratory tests are ordered and are pending. X-rays of the right hip show a posterior dislocation of the hip with associated femoral head fracture. Which of the following arteries supplies the majority of the femoral head? A, common femoral artery. B, inferior gluteal artery. C, inferior mesenteric artery. D, internal iliac artery. Or E, pudendal artery. The correct answer is A, common femoral artery. The majority of the blood supply to the head of the femur comes from the medial and lateral circumflex branches of the profunda femoris, which itself is a branch of the common femoral artery. The profunda femoris is the deep penetrating branch of the upper thigh. Answer choice B, inferior gluteal artery, is incorrect. The inferior gluteal artery forms an anastomosis with a branch of the femoral artery, but it is not the major arterial supply to the femur. Answer choice C, inferior mesenteric artery, is incorrect. This artery supplies the hindgut structures. Answer choice D, internal iliac artery, is incorrect. The obturator artery from the internal iliac artery is a minor blood supplier to the head of the femur as compared to the profunda femoris. Answer choice E, pudendal artery, is incorrect. This artery supplies the pelvic organs, buttocks, and medial side of the thighs. The key learning point here, the medial and lateral circumflex arteries of the profunda femoris, which itself is a branch of the common femoral artery, anastomose around the neck of the femur to perfuse the femoral head. Another direct source of blood supply is from the foveal artery, also known as the artery of the ligamentum teres, though its contribution is only significant in pediatric populations. Two important anastomoses provide collateral blood flow, though limited, to support the femoral head. One is the cruciate anastomosis, which is between the inferior gluteal artery and the medial circumflex femoral artery. The other is the trochanteric anastomosis, which is between the superior gluteal artery and the medial and lateral circumflex femoral arteries. Both the superior and inferior gluteal arteries are branches off of the internal iliac artery, also known as the hypogastric artery. Okay, so that's it for this episode, but please do check out our episodes as well as all of our content online at MedPrepToGo.com.
There's fishing, and then there's fishing. Out here, you're after dinner. Online, hackers are after your data. They'll bait you with fake emails, lookalike sites, anything to lure you in. But with Cisco Duo's end-to-end phishing-resistant access control, every login, every device, every user stays protected. Looks like no one's biting today. Cisco Duo. Phishing season is over. Learn more at duo.com.